welcome to TBN. I'm Grace Rutherford. On this week's episode, we took a trip to a new hotspot in town. But first, let's hear from our fearless leader, our principal, Mr. Winton.
Thanks, Grace. I'm here with our principal, Mr. Winton, and I'll be asking him a few questions. How do you think the school year is going so far?
Well, it's off to a good start. We got a lot of good things going on here. We got a lot of students participating in activities, and school seems a little bit more normal than last year.
What are student IDs for?
The student IDs will get you into school activities. If you have purchased one of those school activities, you're going to have a little paw print on the back, and so that will get you into any school activity, and plus the code on the front is going to be used to speed up the lunch line so that students can just scan their cards and go through and be able to get their lunch quicker.
With Paint Your Pride coming up, can you specify on a few parking rules for the school?
Well, we've done this for the last few years, and we've had really good success with it. The only issue we've had is sometimes people park in other people's parking spots, so we have a plan for that this year. We're going to improve that. My brother has a wrecker service, and he's going to give me 10% of everybody we have towed off, so that's going to be our plan for Paint Your Pride.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Faith. And a reminder to all that Paint Your Pride painting days are happening this Friday and Saturday from 9 to noon. Next up, the Tiger broadcast crew took a trip to a new place in town, Scoops of Joy.
Thanks, Grace. I'm Faith Buford, and I'm here with an employee of Scoops of Joy, and we are going to be asking them a few questions. First of all, what struggles did you go through as a new business?
¿Qué luchas tuvo como primer negocio?
¿Cómo lucha? ¿Qué lucha? Pues fue algo un poquito difícil porque para conseguir todos los condimentos, pero sí.
The hardest challenge was just finding all the equipment that they needed for this. That was the biggest challenge they've had.
Why did you decide to open up an ice cream parlor?
¿Por qué decidieron abrir una nevería?
Queríamos traerles algo diferente.
They wanted to bring something different to this town.
And what would you recommend to a first-time customer?
¿Y qué recomendaría a un cliente principal?
Tenemos las nieves muy buenas, paletas, todo natural, fresas, agua.
There are way too many choices. There's just not one that we can choose from. Ice cream is homemade, popsicles are homemade, we have fruits and just fresh waters of all kinds, so many things that they offer.
All right, thank you.
If you haven't been yet, I highly recommend the Oreo ice cream. It was delicious. We are still seeing some hot temps, so ice cream is on the mind, but let's see if we can get a break from the heat this weekend with our chief weather guesser, Landon DeSautel.
Thanks, Grace. Chief Weather Guesser here. This Friday will be low 90s to mid 90s, probably a few clouds. Next Friday will be in Tahlequah, probably about the exact same. I'd say low 90s to probably mid 90s. That's probably about it. Back to you, Grace.
Thanks, Landon, and good luck to our Tigers this week. Speaking of Tigers, let's get a sports recap with Benton Raymer.
Thanks, Grace. I'm Benton Raymer, TBN sports correspondent, back with another week's worth of sports. Softball has continued their momentum with a win over Collinsville by the score of 11-1. Later in the week, they beat Drove 10-1. That brings their overall record 19-5, and they're undefeated in district play. They'll play Coweta here at home tomorrow and will be playing in the NSU tournament this weekend. Boys cross country won the Claremore Zebra Invitational last week. Mason Penley led the way, finishing 3rd overall and 1st in 5A district. Elias Brown finished 7th and Carson Penley in 17th. Girls cross country also took home gold in the meet. Arana Daly led the Tigers to a victory, finishing 2nd overall. All 7 runners came home with medals. Football in Tahlequah. Our Riot Squad theme will be throwback. We hope to see all of you there. Good luck to all sports this week. Grace, back to you.
Thanks, Benton. And that will do it for this week's episode of TBN. We want to thank everyone for tuning in, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Remember to always give 100% unless you're giving blood.